In today's video, we're going to be going over the games that got me #1 in the world with the best hog deck in Clash Royale. Alright, so hopping in the first match, we're going to be using the broken hog giant skeleton deck. I'm going to try to get #1 live in today's video with it. And we're going to be up against some type of lava deck here. It looks like he's going to lava first play us, but we're also going to hog first play him. Looks like he's just going to ignore our full hog rider there. Should take most of his tower out, but I'm not really sure if we can defend our own tower right here. I'm going to set up my giant skeleton in the same lane just to make sure that if he plays like some support units, they should die mostly to the giant skeleton bomb or just like be distracted for quite a while. He'll play skelly drags there. Not really sure if they'll be enough for our giant skeleton, though I think the giant skeleton should still reach his tower. Yeah, we'll reach on his tower right there. He's just going to kind of let it go, and I guess just try to like tower trade here, going with like his miner and stuff, but we did pretty much take his full right tower as well, so yeah, really good start for us right here, and that's pretty much why you don't want to go lava first play if you don't know what your opponent is even playing. So really good start for us right here, but definitely not over yet because we only have really one good air defense card in the Archer Queen. It's going to be really hard to defend his big lava pushes in double elixir, and he might try to go with like a lava in front of this Inferno Dragon, so I don't really want to play anything big right now. I'm just going to kind of hold my elixir here, and yeah, he's going to play a lava right there, just going to kind of distract it with the hog rider. I mean his Inferno Dragon with the hog rider there for a few seconds. I'm going to take his tower as well, I think. And yeah, since he went to the lava at the bridge, he doesn't really have too much elixir to support this. He's going to play skelly drags, it looks like, but we have a cannon in cycle to kind of tank for them, and Queen is doing absolute work right here. Also, really good fire spirits every time against his pushes. So I'm just going to log away his tower here, just make sure that it can't really get him any more value or anything like that. Also going to go with skeletons in front of this Queen, just to bait out like a zap maybe. Yeah, he will zap right there. Yeah, but definitely not over yet. It's going to be really hard to defend in double elixir especially, so we definitely have to watch out here. I think I'm going to try to pressure him pretty soon here with like a hog rider and stuff, and yeah, if he waits like barbarians on it, then we can try to like pressure with the giant skelly, but he will go with the Inferno Dragon on it right there, so we can't really pressure right away with the giant skelly. Gonna kind of have to set up a cannon first just to make sure that we can defend any balloon pushes. And I'm actually going to go with the cannon in the opposite lane right there, just to make sure that if he goes with like a balloon in the right lane, we should be covered. He'll go with the balloon here behind his big lava push, but I think we should be able to defend his balloon pretty well here. I'm not really sure if we can stop his Inferno Dragon and stuff though, so I'm going to go with the hog rider, trying to like go for the 3 crown race right here. Gonna hopefully kill his Inferno Dragon right here before it does too much damage. And hog plus giant skeleton is kind of coming down on his tower right there. I hope we can take it in time before he takes our tower, and yeah, that will be a good game. So we're now top 15 in the world. Alright, and in the next match, we do have Hog in our starting hand once again. Gonna go with Hog first play right here, just see what he's gonna use to stop it. He'll play a set of E-barbs right there. They came down quite late though, so we got one hog shot right there. Pretty successful start to always get that first hog hit, even if they do counter your hog pretty well with like E-barbs or something. Can also log this E-barb just to make sure it doesn't deal too much damage to our queen. And yeah, not really too sure what he's playing here. E-barbs can really only mean a few different things though, so probably gonna be some type of brute spam deck potentially. He does have Golden Knight as well, so I think it might be like the brute spam deck that has like Balram and Magic Archer probably. But yeah, he actually has Sparky right here, wasn't expecting that at all. I think Fire Spirit might be able to get some damage on his tower, also should chip away at his Sparky. Yeah, really good Fire Spirit right there. And also a really good hog in the opposite lane. I knew he didn't have like E-barbs or anything in cycle, so we couldn't really stop it for like a with like a good counter pushing unit. His E-Wiz will pretty much just get wrecked by our cannon here, and should be able to also pull his Goblin Giant, I hope. Okay, his Sparky was just being completely crazy right there, not really too sure what just happened. Just like almost crossed the river there, then it just got pushed all the way back. And our Giant Skeleton is actually going to survive with like 1 HP right there, so it's going to walk up a bit and hopefully allow this Sparky to just like die to the Death Bomb. I'm going to log it away as well, just killing his Heal Spirit, not giving him any chance to really have a potential shot at breaking through for like a big Sparky hit. So he'll play his E-Wiz there against our Hog Rider. Should still get 1 hog shot though. Don't want to overcommit on the skeletons to distract his E-Wiz, because I kind of want to save it for defense here. And unfortunately his E-Wiz does lock on there, but still going to defend pretty well. They're only taking like 1 E-Wiz shot worth of damage. This game could get quite a lot harder in double elixir though. Going to be pretty hard to have to like push in the same lane as him right here. I'm just going to cycle my Earthquake just to make sure that we don't really like waste any important cards like the Queen and the Giant Skeleton, which we kind of need for defense here. So yeah, it's going to set up some type of Sparky push right here. Going to also go with the Goblin Giant right there. I'm going to try to like save my Giant Skeleton for a second right here, just to make sure we can play it like right on top of his push. Okay, it's going to go with a set of E-barbs there as well, but kind of a failed E-barbs going like in front of his Goblin Giant here. I'm going to pressure the Hog in the opposite lane because he wasted his E-barbs, so I'm not really too sure what he's going to use to defend the Hog Rider. He's going to go with the E-Wiz there, but Still going to have to defend the right lane a little bit right here. Going to waste his ability. Unfortunately, we don't actually get our queen ability off in time, but still going to be able to be in a pretty good spot right here, getting quite a bit of damage in both lanes. He's going to go with another set of E-barbs there on our Hog Rider. I think we can pop our queen ability this time just to make sure we don't really have to spend too much elixir on like distraction cards. Yeah, really good defense right here. He's going to Sparky in the back, so we're definitely down a few elixir right now. Going to be pretty hard to defend, but maybe if we can get like really good elixir trades, we should be able to. And I'm also going to go with the giant skeleton hog here in the right lane. I think he doesn't have enough to really defend it with like E-barbs or anything like that, so should hopefully get a lot of damage here. Yeah, Hog is raining down on his tower. He's going to go with the Golden Knight ability right there. That probably kind of saved him from losing pretty much his entire tower. Also going to go with the Queen right here on his Sparky, just make sure it doesn't get any shot on our tower. Because even like one Sparky shot could pretty much change the tide of the entire game. So yeah, his towers are pretty low right now. I'm going to go with the Hog Rider here in the left lane, because he wasted the Sparky in the back right there. So should be able to get some good damage. Not going to get the next Hog hit there, but he's pretty much in 2 Earthquakes range. So we just have to select 1 EQ now. And I'm going to pressure with the Hog Rider as well. Not really sure if he can stop it. And he's going to come really close there. He's going to zap, but not going to be enough. So that would be a good game. So we're now top 15 in the world. Alright, in the next match, we're going to be up against Aragon, who's probably the best Xbow player right now, and also a fellow YouTuber. Should be a pretty fun match right here. He does have Cannon, which is pretty rare to see in Xbow decks, but recently I saw him running quite a few off-meta Xbow decks, so I think it might still be Xbow here. He pretty much always plays different Xbow decks. Yeah, so I'm just going to psych my log right here. We pretty much have to get as much spell chip damage as possible, because it's probably going to be a game which is going to be won mostly off of spell chip damage, like cycling our Earthquakes on his towers and stuff like that. He'll play his queen there. Going to go with my giant skeleton. Should be able to hopefully stop it pretty nice. But he will go with an Xbow here in the right lane. Going to go with the Hog plus Earthquake here. We can't really go with the cannon because he spent that knight kind of protecting the Xbow. I think our giant skeleton should deal with his queen pretty well right here. And we can just distract his knight with a set of skeletons. Yeah, really good defense there by us. Also getting a little bit of Earthquake chip damage on his tower, which is always really nice for us. And yeah, it's also pretty good that he has cannon because that's pretty weak to our Earthquake, but the only thing is that we kind of have to spend our Earthquakes on his Xbows most of the time, so it's going to be pretty hard to actually save our Earthquakes for his cannons. But maybe once we get into like double elixir, we can kind of be more free with spending our Earthquakes on offense and stuff like that. So I'm going to play my queen right here. I'm not sure what spell he has. He could have like Rocket, so I don't really want to play my queen in the back. He could also have Fireball, though I'm not really too sure which spell he runs right now because he does switch it up pretty often. I'm going to pop my queen ability here against his knight. Should be able to still apply a little bit of pressure. Going to force out the fire spirit as well. I'm just going to go with my giant skeleton here on his queen. Should be able to stop it pretty easily and also apply a bit of counter push. Not really too sure what he has in cycle to stop it. He's going to log it. I'm just going to go with the Hog Rider right behind. Also going to go with an Earthquake right here. Perfect Earthquake there hitting the cannon. And also our Hog is pretty much full HP right now, going straight towards his tower. Going to get 1, 2, and 3 Hog shots there. Wow, didn't expect to get that 3rd shot. Yeah, really good Earthquake there by us. You have to be a little bit careful against Xbow as to like when you use your Earthquakes, but sometimes if you can like find the perfect opening like I did there, you can get quite a ton of damage, which is always really satisfying. We'd have to waste our giant skeleton here against his archer queen. We can't really defend it too well without our giant skeleton, so gonna kind of have to spend that most of the time, but we always have our Hog Earthquake pushes to stop his Xbows pretty well, so in a pretty nice spot right now. Gonna play my skeletons, kind of distracting his knight here. Also going to go with the high fire spirit as well, just to kind of pull it back. Also going to distract his fire spirit with our Hog Rider. And also going to go with the prediction Earthquake on a cannon. Unfortunately, our Hog actually went into the opposite lane right there, so not really going to get any damage with our Hog Rider, but still looking pretty good for us. Going to go with the high queen right here, just to make sure that he can't really go for an Xbow or something. He's actually going to rocket our tower right now, which is pretty aggressive by him. Not really too sure if that was the best play, because I'm not really sure if he can actually defend our push right now. Gonna go with the Hog Rider behind this. He'll kind of bridge block with his knight. He does actually miss a cannon pool there with his skeletons. He kind of fails there. Hopefully gonna get a few Hog shots. You're gonna get, I think that was like 3 Hog shots or something like that. So really good for us here. There's probably no way he can actually come back right now. We just need like 2 more Earthquakes and like a couple logs to win here. Gonna pressure with the Hog Rider as well. And I think if we Earthquake, he has no way to defend it. So that will be a good game. And we're now top 5 in the world. And in the next match here, I think we're going to be up against some type of drill player, most likely. I did face this guy a few times before, and he does usually play drill. Wow, super good prediction log there, hitting his full skeleton army. I know that these drill players most of the time will like go with really kind of obvious plays against your stuff, so I knew he'd probably go with the Skarmy right there first place. So really good log for us, and He's going to defensive drill right there, which does counter our Hog Rider even though he spent the Earthquake, but still pretty good for us just to like make sure he can't really go on offense right away. I'm going to pressure again with the Hog Rider right here. I'm pretty sure he has to spend the Inferno Tower because he doesn't have any like Skarmy or anything like that in cycle. So I'm going to have to waste my Queen here on his Fire Spray. Not really ideal, but still should apply pretty good counter pressure. Probably going to have to like Fireball it or maybe go with like a Valkyrie or Skelly King. So he's going to Fireball it. Unfortunately, the Inferno Tower does help out a bit there, so he's going to actually kill it with the Fireball, but we still do get one Queen shot there, which is always pretty nice for us. So I'm going to kind of chill out right now, just see what he wants to do, because I'm pretty sure he does have Skeleton King, which is really hard for us to actually deal with sometimes, not having like the Valkyrie in our deck. And yeah, pretty good drill by him, kind of going with it a little bit off to the side right there, but still quite a nice defense overall. Going to apply a pretty good amount of pressure with our Giant Skeleton, probably going to like force out maybe like a Skelly King or something. Okay, he's actually going with an Inferno Tower, which is always really good for us, because now he won't really be able to stop our Hog Riders too well. So that's really good for us. I think the Death Bomb should take out most of the health of the Inferno Tower. Skeletons did a really good job there against his Dark Goblin. So I'm going to go with my Hog Rider. He's going to prepare an Earthquake just to hopefully predict the Skarmy. Unfortunately, he doesn't actually play the Skarmy this time, but honestly pretty fine for us to go with that Earthquake, because it still baits out the Fireball by him, so still a pretty good elixir trade for us. And I think the Giant Skeleton should do pretty well with his Skelly King right there. Probably going to force out like an Inferno Tower maybe, or just like a bunch of his cheap units. I'm going to go with the Hog Rider here behind it as well, just to make sure we apply a little bit more pressure. Hog Rider is actually going to wander straight towards his tower somehow. Not really too sure how that didn't go for the Inferno Tower. Okay, Giant Skeleton actually almost connected to his tower, but I think it just barely doesn't. I'm going to go with Skellies here on his Dark Goblin, make sure to fully counter it. Also going to Prediction Log here. It's always good to Prediction Log even if you don't think they're going to Stormy, just because if they actually do get the Stormy off there, it could be pretty bad for you. And yeah, he's going to have to spend the Skelly King here as well. He'll go with the Stormy behind it, or like kind of in the middle of it, so maybe pretty hard to stop this Skelly King right now. I'm going to pressure with the Hog Rider as well though, just make sure he can't really fully focus on offense. Going to get a really good log here. Do score one Hog shot though, so pretty successful for us right now. In a matchup like this, you kind of have to predict their Goblin drill placements though, because it's actually pretty hard to defend their drills if you don't have like a Skeletons plus Login cycle. It's a really good Giant Skelly there, actually predicting the exact placement of his Goblin drills. Because at top ladder, they pretty much only go with their Goblin drills like either on the side or off to the, or like onto the front kind of, so pretty easy to actually predict where they're going to use it. He's going to play his Skelly King in the back right there, and also a Skarmy right on the Giant Skeleton. Kind of expected that Skeleton army right there. Going to feed his Skelly King ability quite a ton right there, but still should be okay for us here with our Queen kind of DPSing down his Skelly King really quickly right here. Also going to prediction his Goblin drill there with another Giant Skelly. Unfortunately, not actually hit it this time, but still going to kind of tank for that Dark Goblin for quite a while here. And Giant Skelly will walk off and finish off that Goblin drill. Going to go with a log here on his Wall Breakers. So yeah, really good defense by us so far. We only have to really watch out for his Skeleton Kings. Besides that, we're pretty much fine here. He's going to play his Inferno Tower right there, and his Skarmy might be able to feed up a Skeleton King ability before it dies. Yeah, he's going to play his Skelly King in the back right here. Yeah, Fire Spray will apply good pressure there. He's going to kind of distract the Dark Goblin and also hopefully take out most of his Skelly King's HP. He's going to go with the Skarmy right there. Not really too sure why he did that. Not really the best Skarmy by him. I'm going to go with the low cannon here. Also a prediction Giant Skeleton. Doesn't end up hitting the drill, but still pretty okay for us. And the Giant Skeleton actually does kind of walk up to catch one of those Wall Breakers, which is pretty clutch for us. And yeah, as long as we don't like choke or anything, I think we might be able to defend here. And a prediction cannon on his Goblin drill. Not really hitting his Goblin drills with our predictions too often, but still defending them really well overall. Gonna go with another Hog Earthquake right here. I don't think he has Inferno Tower ready. He's gonna play a Fire Spirit plus Fireball right there, but pretty much in Earthquake range right now. It's like a few Earthquakes and a few logs as well. Should be a good game. He's still gonna try though, but I don't really think he can do anything about it. Gonna go with my Queen as well, just to make sure his Dark Goblin doesn't like cause too much trouble for us. Gonna also log his Goblin drill, just making sure it doesn't get any type of damage. Also gonna pop the Queen ability here. Really good prediction cannon for once. And yeah, gonna log away everything, so I think that would be a good game right here. Really well played by us overall. And we're unfortunately still top 5 in the world. Alright, in the next match, we're gonna have a pretty weird cycle this time. Don't really have any good cheap card to play. He's gonna have a Bark Barrel right here, so could be some type of beatdown deck most likely. He does have Ice Wizard as well. I'm gonna play my Giant Skeleton right into it. I'm pretty sure he's playing some type of Splash Yard deck, seeing the Ice Wizard. And he does play a really aggressive Graveyard right there. I'm not really too sure why he would do that. Like, before even knowing what our full deck is. And yeah, really good cannon bias, kind of distracting the baby dragon as well as taking out most of the graveyard. He'll get a few kind of lucky baby dragon splashes right there on our tower. I'm gonna go with the queen here in the opposite lane because I know he has to spend probably like the Valkyrie or something like that on our giant skeleton, so we can't really defend our queen too well. He's gonna play the tombstone there, but I think our queen should get quite a ton of damage. Yeah, 3 nice shots by our queen on his tower. He'll actually have Skelly King in his deck, which might be a little bit harder even, but I think our giant skeleton death bomb should be able to clean up most of it. And yeah, I'm not really too sure he has to actually stop a giant skeleton. He will waste his ice wizard too. So then I'm going to go with another giant skeleton here right on his Skelly King because he also wasted the ability there. Pretty aggressive ability. Not really too sure why he actually went with it. And the only ground distraction card he has right now is actually like Tombstone. So he can't really defend our giant skull, but he's actually going to play his graveyard right on top of our giant skull, which is pretty rare to see, but really good field awareness pass. I'm also going to go with the prediction log here on his Tombstone. Really good prediction right there, and then we should take pretty much his whole tower right there. He might have just given up right now, so really well played Bass here. By the way guys, make sure to like and subscribe if you're enjoying. It really does help out the channel a ton. And I guess I'll just cut to the next match right now, so see you in the next one. So we're now top 3 in the world. Alright, hopping in the next match, I think we're going to be up against an E-Giant player right here. This guy almost always plays E-Giant, so I'm going to go with my Hog Rider Fire Spirit right here. Just make sure that our Hog Rider can kind of bypass a tornado using like the Fire Spirit push when it actually jumps on his tower, but he does end up spending the Golden Knight there as well. So that's pretty fine for me. He does spend quite a ton of elixir on our push right here. Also going to probably protect our giant skeleton here with a set of skeletons, like from an Inferno Dragon potentially. Looks like he isn't going to end up playing it right here. He's just going to play a Bomber against it, so it should be quite nice for us though, because he's going to have to spend something else on our giant skeleton still. He's going to spend his Fire Spirit right there. Going to be really close. I don't think it's actually going to hit his tower though. Just barely didn't end up hitting it right there. Yeah, so this is actually a pretty hard matchup right here. It's really hard to kill his Inferno Dragons. Yeah, he's actually going to show his Inferno Dragon right there. And honestly, his Inferno Dragon's going to be really hard to stop behind his big E-Giant pushes. So a little bit worried in this matchup, but maybe if we play really well, we do have a good chance to win. I'm going to pressure the Hog Rider right here, just so he doesn't have enough elixir for an E-Giant right onto our Archer Queen. He's going to spend his Golden Knight though. We don't actually have enough elixir for a Giant Skeleton right away. I'm just going to wait and pray he doesn't go with an ability right away. And yeah, luckily for us, he didn't go with the early ability. Usually at top ladder, most of the Golden Knight players will kind of wait until you waste your cheap cards before they spend their Golden Knight ability, but it actually worked out in our favor right there. And you know, play a Golden Cage right into our Giant Skeleton, but should be able to stop most of it with like the Giant Skeleton Death Bomb right here, so I don't really have to worry about any counter push or anything like that. We are probably going to be down like a few elixir here, but still pretty nice for us. I'm just going to pressure with my Fire Spirit right now. He doesn't have like any great response to it instantly. We'll play his Bomber right there, but still gonna just give us like a free log on his tower. And it is almost double elixir right now, so it's gonna be a little bit hard for us to actually like defend from now. I'm gonna go with my Giant Skeleton in the back in the same lane of his Golden Knight. It's pretty nice for us that our Giant Skeletons always got like a really free elixir trade against his Golden Knights. It's really useful for us to just get that really nice counter push while always killing his Golden Knights really easily as well. So yeah, pretty good for us right here. It's gonna go with the Lightning on our Queen and Giant Skeleton. Not really too bad for me though, because our Giant Skeleton probably would have died anyways to his Inferno Dragon. And the Death Bomb of our Giant Skeleton should kill most of his Inferno Dragon right here. And yeah, I'm just going to go with the Giant Skeleton in the same lane of his E-Giant here. Probably also going to set up an early cannon right now, just to make sure that if he goes with like a lightning on it, he can't really break through anyways, because we can just go with like another cannon pretty soon here, if we can cycle quickly. Also going to play a really high queen right there, just to make sure he can't go with the lightning on our tower or something like that. And we should have a pretty nice defense right now. I'm going to go with the Hog Rider right here as well, just make sure we keep on applying good pressure. He'll go with the Goblin Cage right onto it, so you'll get pretty good counter push with that, but I think it should die mostly to our Giant Skeleton right here, not really too much to worry about. I'm going to go with a really high cannon here, don't want to give him a good lightning on our tower once again. And I think our Giant Skeleton should do a pretty good job of blocking up the lane right here. And yeah, he'll play an Inferno Dragon right into our push right here, not really the best Inferno Dragon I think, because it should die mostly to our Archer Queen and maybe the Giant Skeleton Death Bomb as well. Queen will still survive right there, so really good for us. I'm going to pressure with the Hog Rider right now. I'm going to also go with the Log. And we can also Earthquake to kill his Bomber. Really good Earthquake right there. Going to allow us to get one nice Hog shot on his tower. And I'm going to go with the Giant Skelly on his E-Giant right here. Really good for us that he kind of wasted that Inferno Dragon right there. He was probably expecting us to go with the high cannon there. We didn't even have enough elixir for it right away. So that's pretty good for us here, because he probably could have got quite a ton of damage if he just used like a Lightning instead of the Inferno Dragon. So I'll definitely take it. And I'm pressure with the Fire Spirit right here. We'll play a Golden Knight right onto it, so not really going to do too much. You're going to go with the Queen here. kind of up high just to make sure it doesn't go straight into his E-Giant zaps. And yeah, really good for us that the Golden Knight went in front of the E-Giant, so not really going to apply too much pressure with that push that he just made here. Gonna go with a set of Skellies here, just make sure it doesn't get any zaps on our tower. Really important to not let the E-Giants get anywhere near us. And also prediction log right here, and I think he just gave up right now. Yeah, he doesn't really have any way to win, so thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!